joined in the studio now by Huseyin Alptekin, who is an assistant professor at Istanbul Sehir University, as well as a researcher at the Sehir Foundation. Thanks so much for coming in. Yildirim was right in saying that these measures really do punish ordinary citizens. So why are they being taken?
Actually, there is an ongoing story behind that. It's not the beginning of a story, but it's just a follow-up. For quite a while, we see the tensions between the United States and Turkey increasing. It started actually a while ago, and step by step, it's escalating. When we look at the path, we see the starting of these tensions in a couple steps, actually. In one of them, we see the tensions due to the Syrian conflict, as the United States chose the PYD and YPG as the spearhead, as the pawn of the operation against the Daesh and sometimes against the Assad forces. That was the international reason for that problem. On the other hand, we see the coup attempt in Turkey. Just a year ago, which escalated the conflict, the tensions actually between the two countries. And now the ordinary citizens in Turkey, just any person on the street, blames the United States for still hosting, for still allowing the leader of the coup attempt, Fethullah Gülen, in the United States. Right. And for all these problems, we see the two countries pushing each other away. And this last event was the last scene, the last chain of this series of events, actually. I
understood, that this is not about a single issue, even though kind of lately it has been presented this way. This is an accumulation of tensions. But still, this measure being taken that Yildirim himself says, punishes ordinary people. Why? Will the Turkish economy and basically tourists, an already struggling tourism industry, students coming here to study, why are they paying the price? Does it have to be tit for tat?
I think this is a wrong policy choice, and I don't blame the entire United States government mechanism for that. For quite a long time, we see some tension, some deep disagreements within the United States, within the American government mechanism. On the one hand, we see the State Department bureaucracy, which is in certain occasions running against Trump, the President Trump, and even the Secretary of State, Tillerson's wishes. So I believe particularly the State Department bureaucracy in Turkey, in the embassy, and also in the counterpart in the DC, I think they kind of led to some kind of misdirection. And I think the situation got too tense, tenser than we ever need to. And as you just stated, the people, the sides who are paying the price are not the governments, are not the bureaucratic organizations, but it's the random people on the street. Today, Turkey is #1 country in terms of sending students to the United States from Europe. Right. And all these students will suffer from these visa problems. And on the other side of the equilibrium, when we look at the Americans visiting Turkey, and they will pay even a heavier price because their visa procedure is different. They don't hold the visas to come to Turkey. They acquire it at the border, they acquire it online, so it will be even heavier for them. But there's some promising development on that issue. The most recent statement from Bas, from the former, some kind of current ambassador in Turkey, and he stated that he doesn't hope the problem to last too long. And he thinks that it will be solved pretty soon. And that's my hope as well, because otherwise there is no rationality for that. It's just two sides with no gains paying the cost.
Well, it's good to hope, but then how does it get resolved? And I mean, let's go back to this visa issue. Can that just be dropped and go back to talks about resolving all the wider problems as well as the more specific issues without making those tourists and students, again, pay the price?
Actually, it's the easiest part of the problem to solve. Just two countries jointly decided to revoke the visas, to stop the visa applications, not to revoke them, but to stop the applications. And it's the easiest part, easiest side to solve this problem. All the other problems that I just mentioned, from the Syrian policies to the Fethullah Gülen's residence in the United States, they are much heavier, much longer problems to solve. But this little tiny issue, which is easy to solve, can be a start of a chain of cooperation between the two countries once again.
Okay. Huseyin Alptekin, thank you so much for coming in.